I'm Chaplain John Rawlison with the Homestead Air Reserve Base Chapel, and thank you so much for joining us as we're going to start a series of lessons talking about God and the great love that He has for us. Today being Valentine's Day, even though many people consider this a greeting card holiday, it is a helpful reminder to us that there is a God that loves us, that has a plan for our lives, and we can come to know God through our faith in Jesus Christ. Today we're going to talk about how God's love is perfect and how God's love is a model for us and how we're to treat others and love others. The devotional reading is from Crew Ministry, and we're going to start with a passage from 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 7, a very familiar passage talking about God's love. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of being wronged. Does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Now, it's hard to imagine being loved like this by another person, but the truth is, only God can love us this way. And even though this passage is often read at weddings, and I can share with you as a minister, I've read this passage in almost every wedding I've had the privilege of officiating. But the truth is, as humans, we can't love as perfectly as God does. But God lays this out for us as a model of what we should aspire to be. Everyone needs this type of love. But if you expect it from another person, if we expect it from another person, we'll always be let down. God is the only one who can love us perfectly. And when we have a relationship with God and experience His love, it empowers us to love others the way that God loves us. Now, another passage talking about God's love is from 1 John chapter 4, verse 18, where we read that such love has no fear, because perfect love expels all fear. And if we are afraid, it is for fear of punishment. And this shows that we have not fully experienced His perfect love. When we understand that God loves us no matter what, we no longer need to be afraid of our failings causing Him to love us less, or perhaps to even stop loving us. That could never happen. If we could only know the true depth of God's love, then we would understand that we have nothing to fear. God already knows about all the wrong things we've done, as well as any that we might do in the future, and He still chose to love us. This is an amazing truth, and I pray that this brought you peace and comfort this morning. Until tomorrow, I'm Chaplain John Rawlison with the Homestead Air Reserve Base Chapel.